This is homework 28. Your homeworks may look a little different than this. These are our old homeworks before we had to save so much on paper. Pretty soon you'll just all be doing yours on a computer and we won't even use paper, so look to the future. Anyway, our first problem is x greater than 4, and we're seeing if 3, 2 is a solution or negative 1, 4. So we're just going to plug in the x value. These are x and then y. So is 3 greater than 4? And the answer to that would be no. So this one is a no. And our other one, we're going to plug in the x value, negative 1. So is negative 1 greater than 4? And that is a no as well. So both of those are no's. Graphing this, if we were to graph, right, we got our x-axis and our y-axis, and we wanted to graph x is greater than 4, then, well, all of our x values need to be greater than 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right, and then we'd use a dashed line because we don't have the equal symbol, and that's the only way I can make an x equals 4. So now what are values of x that are greater than 4? Well, this was 1, 2, 3, and then 4 was here, so greater than 4 would be on the right side of it. So we can see, you know, these 2 points that we just did, 3, 2, right? 3, 2 would be 1, 2, 3 up to right here, and negative 1, 4 would be, you know, over here. Both of those are on the other side. That's why they were no's. Problem B. Y is less than 7, so we're substituting in these y values now, right? We've got x and we've got y. So is 8 less than or equal to 7? And that would be a no, so this is a no. And the other one is 1 less than or equal to 7, and that is a yes, so this one was a yes. C, we're substituting in these values, so again, in for x and y. So 3 times 6 minus 1, is that greater than 4? So 18 minus 1, is that greater than 4? Yes. 17 is greater than 4. So yes, that works. Our other side, 3 times negative 1 minus 1 greater than 4. Negative 3 minus 1 greater than 4. Is negative 4 greater than 4? That's a no. Problem D. Y, so 3 plus 4, is that greater than or equal to x, which is 1 minus 2, right? X and y, right? So 3 plus 4 is 7, is that greater than or equal to negative 1, 1 minus 2? Yes, that's true. So this one was a yes. And now 0, negative 2, so substituting in a negative 2 for our y, plus 4 greater than or equal to 0 minus 2, so this is 2 greater than or equal to negative 2, and that's a yes as well. Created by Crystal Collins. Hopefully none of you guys know her yet, or you've met her in different than outside of the dean's office. This is our dean, Miss Collins, made this. We'll give her credit for this worksheet. She made this. Shoot, I don't know when this was saved at originally. Probably 2010 or so. I don't know. Anyway, sketch the graph of the inequality. 3. Y minus 4 is greater than 2. So what we need to do, our first step is we want to put this in slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form means to solve for y, so we're going to add y, or add 4 to both sides. So y is greater than 6. We look at this and we say, okay, well, we don't have the equal sign, so it's going to be a dashed line. And we are eating the y. We're greater than, y is greater than 6, so we're going to shade on top. And we've gone over all that on the notes as to how that affects our graph. So y is, so where are all my y values at 6? Well, y value at 6 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. And all my other y values at 6 will be along this line. Would be all these y values of 6. You know, this point right here is 6, 6, 5, 6, 4, 6, 3, 6, 2, 6, 1, 6. Right? And then shading the top of this would be here. So all these points that are on this line, are they solutions? No, they are not. Anything above the line would be a solution. If this were a solid line, then we include the points. B, we're going to divide by -3. Same rules apply. We love math. So when we divide by a negative or multiply by a negative, we reverse the inequality symbol. So now we look at this, that we have the equal symbol, so that's a solid line. That means the points on the line are solutions. And we're eating the number, so that's less than, so we're going to shade on bottom. Now x values, where are our x values at -4? Well, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 right here, and let me make a better line than that. And so we're at -4. This is x is less than or equal to -4. So what would be the bottom of a vertical line? Well, we read this as, you know, x values that are less than or equal to -4. So what kind of x values will be less than or equal to -4? On the left side. So the bottom of a vertical line would be the left side, the less than side. C, we'll divide by -6. Y, reverse our inequality symbol. Y is greater than -5. So y value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So horizontal line at -5, and we're greater than, so we're going to shade on top. D, we'll need to add 2x to both sides. Y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 1. So what's our y-intercept is 1, right? Our slope is 2. So we're going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, down 2 left 1, down 2 left 1, down 2 left 1. You have the equal sign, so we're a solid line. And we're eating the y, so we're going to shade on top. So there's the top. This should actually say E. We're going to solve for y again. Two different ways I can solve for y. I can move the y and move the 2 back over, or I can move the 3 and divide by -1. So it doesn't matter. I'll move the 3x and divide by -1. So -y greater than or equal to -3x plus 2. We'll divide by -1 to everything. Y is, we need to reverse our inequality symbol. That becomes positive, and that's negative. So what's our y-intercept? -2, down 2. What's our slope? 3. So up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, down 3 left 1. We've got the equal sign, so we're going to do a solid line, and we're eating the equation, so that's less than. So less than is on bottom of that line. Less than would be the bottom of that line. Alright. E, subtract 2x. 3y is greater than negative 2x plus 12. Divide everything by 3. Y is greater than negative 2/3 x plus 4. Our y-intercept is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our slope is negative 2/3. That means down 2, right 3. Down 2, right 3. We could also go up 2 and left 3. We're using a dashed line because we don't have the equal symbol. And we're eating the y, so we're going to shade on top. So everything above this line. F, subtract 5x. Y is less than negative 5x minus 6. Our y-intercept, negative 6. Our slope, negative 5, so that means we'd be going down 5, right 1. Right? Negative 5 over 1 means down 5 and right 1. We could also write negative 5 as 5 over negative 1, and then we'd be going up 5 and left 1, and that's what we'll do here. Up 5 and left 1, and up 5 and left 1. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And we don't have the equal sign, so we're a dashed line. And we're eating the rest of the equation, so that's less than, which means we're shading the bottom. It's the bottom of that line. Ooh. This is H on your guys' homework. This is now H. The tough one. Uh-oh. Alright, what do you want to do? Should we... let's do it how I really do it. We'd subtract 1/3 x from both sides. So we've got 1/2 y is less than or equal to negative 1/3 x plus 6, right? So now what we'll undo 1/3, be multiplying everything, this entire equation, by 2, the denominator right here. So that simplifies, right? 2 times, we'll just go across. So that simplifies, we get y is less than or equal to 2 times negative 1/3 would be negative 2/3 x, and 2 times 6 makes 12. What's our y-intercept? Is at 12. So let's say each one of these is worth 2 on our vertical axis. So this is actually 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, right? But still keeping the x-axis the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, so 12, if each one of these were 2, we'd say 12 would be right here. Okay, hopefully that doesn't freak you guys out. And then going down 2 and over 3 was going to look funny here, because down 2 would just be going down 1 unit here, but we're still saying over 3 is over this way. So down 2 over 3, and it looks funny because I'm kind of changing the scale of your graph. This is, the scale. This would go to 12. This is, and this went to 6. So this x value went to, this is out here would be 6, 0. Out here would be negative 6, 0. Up here though, this is 0, 12. So down here would be 0, negative 12. Anyway. Okay. That's it.